It was a land destroyed by war, but now part of Iraq has become fertile ground for new growth, the growth of the Islamic State.
The U.S. invasion of Iraq simply destroyed the country and its infrastructure and its ruling elite. As a result, the country has been in chaos ever since.
Fuller believes Sunnis who felt isolated by the Shiite government also joined ISIS. The former Prime Minister Nouri al-Maliki was largely backed by the U.S. Remember, there's been a severe lack of government structure in Iraq for more than a decade now. Not to mention the thousands of people who hold personal grudges against the West because of the occupation there.
When people in their very young age have their families, their lives demolished, and nothing for them to go for, then they fall prey to this kind of ideology.
And it's not just Iraq. An unstable Libya has also seen some areas overrun by those faithful to the Islamic State. The U.S. is believed to assist in removing former leader Muammar Gaddafi from power and spent weeks afterward entangled in war there.
I'm not saying that Gaddafi should have stayed, but when we move in and really tear the country apart, we cannot be surprised that all kinds of forces come out of the woodwork.
The mass beheading of Egyptian Christians over the weekend took place on a Libyan beach. As the Peshmerga continue to fight ISIS and work to stop them from moving ahead, and the Obama administration works to unravel recruiting efforts of ISIS, many say it's worth also taking a look back to see how they rose up in the first place. In Washington, I'm Christine Frizzell reporting.